Okay, as you can see, I've got my keyboard chart on my keyboard and it fits nicely here. Now I had to get another piece of like a cardboard or a thicker paper to hold the keyboard chart up while I'm playing. Otherwise it lays down and I like being able to see it as I am using it. So we also have our chord chart here with our colored notes on it. And so we're going to be playing D, E minor, G, and A. So we are going to be building our chords from the bottom up. So in the D chord, we have our D, F sharp, and A. So we're just going to be using our thumb, middle finger, and pinky for all of these chords. And that will make switching very, very easy. So our first chord is D, F sharp, and A. A is our purple. Our notes repeat over and over and over all the way up and down our keyboard. So D sharp, D, F sharp, and A. Let's go ahead and give that 4 plays. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, our next chord is E minor. And so we are going to move from our D chord right here. We're going to move down because our bottom note is where we're going to place our thumb. So we start on D and B is lower than D. So we have D here. So we're going to now move down to B here for both our E minor and our G. So with our E minor, we are playing B, E, and G, pink, yellow, and teal. So let's play that one 4 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go back to D. Let's just do a couple of switching from D to E minor. So let's go back up to D and we're going to play it 8 times and we're going to switch and go down to our B. Now, I am not expecting you to hit the E minor chord perfectly the first time. So that's why we're going to play each chord 8 times. So that gives you time to find your fingering and then jump in and finish the amount of chords that we have left. Okay, so this is how it's going to sound. We're going to go from D to E minor. Okay, ready? 1, 2, give me 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to E minor. One more time through. D. Last time, E minor. So how did you do? By practicing the chords with my 8 counts for each one, you're going to start seeing improvement. It may take you, as I'm playing 8 times, it may take you 4 times to get your fingering and then jump in on the last 4. So you will start seeing that you're getting faster and faster finding the next chord to where when I say switch, you just automatically switch. Okay, now we're going to move on to our G chord, which we're going to keep our thumb on B, our 5th finger on G, and we're only moving our middle finger to D. So after E minor, here's your pink, yellow, and teal, B, E, and G. You're just going to move your middle finger to D. So now you've got B, D, G. So now you've got a G chord. Let's try that one. Let's give it 4 plays. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the chord next to this one is your E minor, and then you move to G. So we'll start with E minor, and you only move your middle finger to make the G chord. Did you ever think it was that easy to go from one chord to the next, just moving one finger? Okay, let's give it 8 plays on the G, and then we'll move to E minor, and we'll go back and forth a few times. Okay, ready? On G, B, or I'm sorry, E minor, B, E, and G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch the middle finger to D. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to E. Move that finger to D. Back to E minor. And last time to G. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now our last chord is A. So we are going to practice moving from the G chord to the A chord. And A is lower than B, so we are going to move from our G chord. We're going to move down 1. So we have A, C sharp, and E. So your C sharp is right next to C. You have middle C, and you have C sharp. It's a half step up. So A, C sharp, E. Let's go ahead and give that one 4 plays. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so now let's work on switching from G to A. So our G is B, D, and G, or pink, orange, and teal. And then our A is purple, and it's kind of a maroon color for the C sharp, and yellow for the E. A, C sharp, E. Okay, so let's start on our G chord, and we're going to do the 8 counts and then switch to the A chord. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch to A. Back to G. Back to A. Back to G. And back to A last time. Okay, so now it's time to put the whole chord progression together. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with our D. We're going to do 8 of the D, 8 of the E minor, 8 of the G, and 8 of the A chord. And what we're going to do is we'll go through all of those 8 times, and then we'll do the whole exercise again, and we'll only do 4 of each chord. Then we'll stop. We'll start a new exercise, and we're only going to do 2 plays of each chord between the switches. Okay, now we're going to do the whole chord progression with 8 counts each. Okay, get your D, D, F sharp, A. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to E minor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now G, just move that middle finger to D. Move down to A. Back up to D. Now E minor. Move the middle finger and you've got G. Now A, C sharp, E. Back to D. E minor. Now G. And A. So how did you do with that? How many beats did it take for you to get your fingering and switch to the next chord? Okay, I would do the 8 counts practice until you are switching when I say switch. Now we will move on to 4 beats each chord. Okay, so let's get our D chord, and we are going to count in 4 for 4 plays each chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, G, move the middle. Now A, back to D. E minor, move the middle, G, A. Let's go one more round. D, E minor, move the middle to D. Now you've got your G chord, and A. Okay, once you are able to make your switch, when I say to switch, you're ready to move on to the next one. Now in this song, Our Song by Taylor Swift, the pattern is just playing each chord 2 times and then you switch to the next one. So if you can get this next practice down, then you will know exactly how to play for Our Song. Okay, so let's start with our D. And we are going to play 2 plays each chord. 1, 2, ready, go. E minor, G, A, D, E minor, G, and A. Let's go back. D, E minor, G, and A. Again. D, E minor, G, and A. So that's how you practice your chords to get ready to play Our Song. The next video, I'm going to play Our Song in the background, and I'm going to play the chords with it. See you on the next one.